What's up, everyone? Chris here with hopefully the first of many NFT drops being aired on Benzinga. We're here tonight. We have the VOGU NFT drop going live right now. It's been live for the past couple minutes. Still trying to get one myself with no luck. This thing is, super hyped. There is a lot of demand for this project, but we're going to talk about it, whether or not to mint any. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on my co-host for tonight. Joining us on Benzinga's NFT Talk tonight, we have the one and only Maz. Maz, how we doing tonight?
Oh man, stressful. What's going on, Chris? I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I had high hopes, maybe too high of hopes that, I was going to be able to mint one of these VOGU. But man, this thing, it looks like I cannot get past the Connect Wallet screen here. And
we have
just
breaking news.
Luck.
What's
news? That?
So they just posted on the Discord. Everyone, we're working on writing up what happened and what we are doing. The drop will resume at 5:30 Pacific time. So a lot of people hit them up at once, is what they said. So the drop has been paused.
We got 25 minutes.
Whew, we can breathe, man.
All right. So Maz, with that being said, since we got some time here, I guess the first question, would be, do you think that they continue at 8:30 and we get this thing done tonight? Or do you think that we end up in seeing this delayed till a different day?
I would hope that we get on at 5:30 and get it on. If not, it's going to make things a lot harder. I think some people have minted already from what it looks like. So yeah, this is one of those drops that has been hyped for a while. So it makes sense. A lot of traffic on the website. The Discord itself has so many members active right now. So it is complete chaos in an amazing way. It's a lot of fun. So I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So, we wanted to do this show tonight to kind of show the behind the scenes of an NFT drop and to start a conversation. NFTs have really gotten hot lately. Obviously we had CryptoPunks, become a big story, then Bored Ape Yacht Club. We've got some other projects out there. Maz, what's your history and your experience with the NFT market?
So I'm fairly a rookie. So I've only been in the market for about 3 weeks now. I got on because of a friend, Scott. He put me on and I was on the Discord, and then I started getting access to all the resources on Twitter, all these other Discord channels, and I've been hooked ever since. It's a lot of fun. I see the potential in this market to really, a lot of different ways to use NFTs, not just in art. There's a lot of utility behind it, which is what I'm a big fan of. But yeah, man, it's exciting stuff. It's like a whole new world to me, and I'm just an open book trying to learn it. So it's been fun.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that I'm pretty much a newbie and a rookie when it comes to these mints. I've been writing about NFTs since I started with Benzinga, back last year. Top Shot was really one of my first experiences with NFTs, NBA Top Shot. And as someone who collected, sports cards as a kid, Top Shot really transcended into that same market of, having the collectability, something unique, different rarity levels, similar to, parallels in the trading card market. Then, of course, we had Topps launch some baseball NFTs later this year. But then also we have these big NFT drops. And I really love some of the projects, Maz, where, we have this unique artwork, as you said, where it can become, a person's avatar, right, on their social media. And then we're also getting different drops and different, perks and rewards for also owning those NFTs. So what are some of your favorite, NFT projects that you either have followed along with or invested in?
Yeah, so I've currently been following the top ones just because there's a lot of volume there, and that's where we kind of start from. So obviously the Bored Ape Yacht Club, those are great. I like art blocks. That's becoming one of my favorite projects right now. I like this drop here, the VOGU drop. I've been really invested into it as far as time-wise on the Discord channel for the past week or so. I've been on it probably, a crazy amount of time. I would say about maybe 4 to 5 hours a day, just scrolling through every comment, looking at every post, just trying to really learn more about the community. And it's what I've learned is there's a lot of there's very strong communities on these type of drops. The VOGU drop has a big community. Another one, for example, the GOAT community that just dropped last week. There was so many people on that Discord channel. I think there was over like 6,000 people before the drop, which is huge, you know? So yeah, just seeing people come together and share the hobby for the NFTs, whether it's to trade them, whether it's to collect them, whatever reason it may be, it's awesome to see. And I've seen a lot more of that in the last couple of weeks than I have in the last year. So it's really interesting to see where this market is headed.
Definitely. So Maz, let's dive in a little bit to VOGU. I want to go ahead, pull up the website here if I can. And we can kind of walk through that. You know, obviously it sounds like a real cool project. We've got some real cool you know, artwork. So let me see. Yep. So we've got this right here. So you know, it looks super cool, right? We've got these designs right here, you know, where it's got kind of the different pieces to the head of that body. You know, I like it. It looks sweet. You know, there's some more there. So these are some of the founders of the group, you know, the avatars that they're going to have. But this thing looks sweet, right? And, you know, we talk a lot about the hype, right? And that's one of the big things. They're only minting 7,777 of these VOGU NFTs. And, you know, their Discord alone has over 8,000 people.
Yeah.
So, you know, as someone who follows the stock market for a living, I see a big problem with supply and demand there, right? Where not everyone is going to get one of these. We have a mint price of 0.077. What do you think happens, Maz? You know, is this a hype project where we're going to see people flipping these, or do you think these are going to hold some long-term value?
In my opinion, from what I've seen on the Discord channels, I do think this one does have a long-term value, but I do think people will, you know, buy and sell them right away, as a lot of people have been doing. But this is one personally that I'm going to collect for a long time. So I do like these a lot. I like the mission behind it. I like the designs. So I am a big fan of these, and I hope we can mint some today in about 20 minutes. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so, you know, with these different NFT projects, we have, you know, different paths, right? So this one tonight, they're doing a reveal in 48 hours. So some of these projects, we get an instant reveal, and then some of them we don't get a reveal until later. Maz, can you tell us a little bit about, you know, what that may mean in terms of being able to see what you actually bought with your ETH? And also maybe the resale of these based on the reveal date coming later.
Yeah, so that's interesting because, for example, the Hall of Fame goats, I minted them on Friday, and that was instant reveal, right? So right from the get-go, I knew what kind of goat I got. I liked the goat. It was cool. Now I'm going to have to wait 2 days, right? So you may see a lot of swapping of hands, right? People may come in and sweep some off if people need liquidity. And, you know, there's going to be some swapping, in my opinion. But I think once the reveal comes, there's going to be a lot of hype to those pieces as well. So it's going to be kind of an interesting couple of days until they reveal to see what happens. I do want to see the total volume traded, because that's always interesting to me after a project drops, to see how many people are buying and selling them in the secondary market. So we'll find out. You know, that's the cool thing about these projects, is that they're all different. They all have different fan bases. It's all different artwork, different utility cases. So it's really cool to combine all those things into a way to also make profit from them, right? So yeah, really crazy.
Definitely. I'm going to show on OpenSea here. I typed in, you know, we've got Hall of Fame GOAT. So, you know, this project, you know, it looked pretty interesting. This is some cool artwork. It does seem a little bit like, you know, it was modeled after Bored Ape. But of course, we have a lot of animal themed projects, you know, that are looking like they're going to go that way. But is there anything about VOGU tonight, you know, that really kind of sets it apart in terms of maybe the artwork, the roadmap, the you know, beyond the amount of people interested in it? What do you think might, you know, have caused some of that demand?
Definitely the designs. I think the designs are really cool. As far as, you know, if you look at these specifically, I personally can't find any on OpenSea that resemble anything like this. And then, yeah, their roadmap is interesting as well. Let me pull that up and maybe we can go over it a little bit. As far as like, so they are dropping, you said 7,000 today, right? 7,777,
I believe. Yep.
Yep. And they're doing an auction tomorrow for special pieces as well. So that's going to be interesting to see. Those are going to be done on OpenSea. So tomorrow around 8 a.m. Pacific time. And then Wednesday is a reveal. So again, we have a very awesome next 2-3 days of, VOGU hype. So I'm excited for that. So it's interesting to see what happens after the hype, right? What's going to happen after you reveal what's next for the project? Do they incentivize you to hold on to these? That's the biggest thing. Are they going to make me want to hold on to these because of what they offer, or do I want to make a quick dollar if someone's willing to pay for that? That's kind of the fine line that I'm kind of exploring now with NFTs. And looking at them here, so let's look at what they're talking about here. Let's see, collaboration in the community. So they've taken polls before as far as what they should offer. Okay. So it looks like they're very active in the community, right? So a lot of they have polls done as far as how many they should have minted, the cost. So they were all done with polls and almost like letting the community decide. So that's cool to see. A lot of these projects, they come on for a quick buck. You can see they spike their price up because there's a lot of hype, or they have a high transaction fee when you resell them, or you can tell they're there for the wrong reasons. So it's cool to see projects where they're more transparent with the community.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know anything about this Voxo? I saw this tweet the other day. Voxo Deuce, it looks like, has a collaboration already planned out with VOGU. And it said that by the end of July, you'll be able to add a VOGU pet. So, we've seen lots of these projects, right, where you kind of have, you can combine different NFTs. You can get, the pet version. I saw this and I'm wondering if maybe that turns into increasing the price of these Voxos. Do you know anything about this project at all, Maz?
I have not, no. I do know they have collabed with a lot of artists and stuff, so that's cool to see, but I have not seen the Voxo. That's interesting.
And we got Scott in the chat saying you can buy on secondary for 0.22 already, so it does look like some people were able to get their mint in. See if we can find these right now.
And then for people saying the website will be back on at 5:30. So right now they had to pause it, and they're going to resume at 5:30 from what they said. We'll check for an update in a couple minutes too.
Yeah, definitely. And, so we got about 14 minutes here. We're going to try to walk through the minting a little bit while we're live on stream. Maz and I will both be, talking. We'll be minting in the background. We'll be getting, either frustrated or excited together with you guys out there. I'm super nervous because, I want this project to be a success, which it really seems like it's going to be, right, for the creators. But I also, as someone who wants to collect and invest in NFTs, I want to experience that, purchasing at the mint, right, and doing the reveal. That's one of the cool things. Again, someone who collected, like cards as a kid, right? You open up that pack and you have no idea what you're going to get. And that's what really drew me to some of these NFT projects. And, you can buy them on the secondary, right? So, then you get to see them. So it's a little bit different. You can pick out your favorite color, your favorite design. So, that's cool too. But something about getting that before it's been revealed just, really brings out the kid in me, I got to say. So
same way, man. Same way, Chris. It brings out the kid in me. But there's also a strategy to it, right? So let's say we mint some pieces. There's also, you can have certain strategies if you want to, pick up on the secondary market. You can sweep the floor, or, there's many ways to handle it. I personally like collect the pieces that I do like. I keep them. So let's say if I mint 3 or 4 right now, and there's one that I do like, I'm keeping that one. And then the rest, I will see, what's the strategic move here? Should I hold on to them? Should I sell them right away, or kind of figure that out as well? And there's so much demand with some of these projects that you are able to sell and buy right away, which is cool to see as well, because if there's no volume, then it would be hard to get rid of these pieces or to buy some of the pieces, right?
For sure. I mean, that's the thing, as someone, again, who's in the stock market, right? I like to invest in some, for the long term. I like to invest in some and sell and take some profits. And, that's what I'm having a hard time with, with NFTs, is finding that fine line, right? I want to make some money to cover my cost, right? And to maybe make a little bit, but also I want to invest. I want to hold some of these. I want to
Exactly.
collect them. I want to see the value go up, and not every project is going to be, the next CryptoPunk, the next Bored Ape. But I think it's kind of like stocks, right? If you diversify yourself enough and you have some different projects, you're gonna hit some possible home runs, right? And you also might have some singles, some doubles, but then you also might have, some strikeouts. We haven't seen it in a while, but there has been, some rug pulls before, right? Where these projects launch, people buy them and then they turn out, to lose their money or to be completely worthless. Or, you buy them and the resale market just isn't there. And then you're left with the decision of, hey, do I want to hold this or, do I take a loss? So I think as a person who might collect them, I think at that point, I'd just hold on to it. But yeah, so have you been paying attention to the VOGU Discord then? Is there any?
I just got an update. Yes.
All right. What do we got?
So the mods have updated with saying what happened. So when the server went live, many people were hitting MetaMask from our website. It seems as though they thought they were trying to denial of service attack their system. We were routing the request through a middle server in order to send requests to MetaMask. And then they put at everyone, someone is impersonating the team in DMs. We will never ask you for personal information or address. Please be careful. And they still they doubled down and said the drop will continue at 5:30 p.m. So
all right,
that is about 10 minutes, man. So
10 minutes.
I'm
10
excited.
minutes. I mean, so let me go ahead. I'm gonna pull up the gas screen here. And maybe you can walk us through that, Maz, and tell us what exactly we're looking at here. If I pull up gas now, tell us what this means, in terms of, let me get the share screen here. Yeah, so this is the gas screen, gas now. Tell us what this means, the rapid, the fast, the standard, and the slow in terms of minting an NFT project.
Yeah, so again, this is all fairly new to me as well. So the way I've understood it is, so if you look at these numbers here, right, this is how much GUI we will need to be able to get our piece minted, right? So if you look at it right now, if you really want to make sure it says under 15 seconds or so, it's about 38. What I was recommended, what someone told me was to go a little bit higher just to make sure you get that piece in case a lot of people are, choosing the same amount of GUI or gas as well. And then it shows the standard, slow, and the fast rates as well. So that's the thing with Ethereum, right? Gas fees tend to be an issue, right? I've heard that over and over again. Ethereum fees tend to go up as these pieces, as there's more demand for these projects. So gas wars, I've learned very quickly, it's one of those things where you have to be careful. You will end up overpaying for a piece that you're trying to mint, or you will end up paying for gas fees and not even get a piece. So you have to be careful with those things. So I highly recommend that people take some time to really just do some research on the gas fees and just be careful with these gas wars that are happening when these hyped projects like the VOGU Collective are dropping.
Yeah, definitely. And I shared that link in the chat for anyone, tuning in live right now. Again, I want to get one. I know Maz wants to get some, but I'm also here to celebrate and, join in with our viewers, so any of you out there watching, we'll share our tips and tricks as well. Again, Maz and I are both, fairly new to the minting, the NFT game, which, makes it really beneficial, right? We're going to share along in this journey of, possibly minting. So we got some nice comments out there. Zopal, saying, thank you both for doing this. Really appreciate the insight. So yeah, no problem. That's why we're here. And there's going to be a lot more mints coming up. Maz, I started a calendar because there is so many, NFT mints coming up. Is there anything on your radar coming up soon or in the future that you'd like to share with us today?
So Stoner Cats was supposed to drop earlier today, and they rescheduled till tomorrow for 2 p.m. Pacific time. They're an interesting project because they are charging a higher fee than most projects. Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, they're part of the project themselves. So I'm curious to see. I may not buy, but I am curious to see how that project goes. So I will definitely be watching that. I'll be watching the secondary market for once those pieces get minted as well. So that's probably that's tomorrow. So I'll definitely be tuned in for that.
Yeah, that's an interesting project, right? Ashton Kutcher, Mila, they've got Vitaly also,
Vitalik, yep.
voicing one of the cats. They've got
Yeah.
Jane Fonda, doing a voice. I think I saw Chris Rock. What a team of, people behind this project. They are a little bit more expensive, right? I think 0.35.
Yeah.
They delayed today. We just talked about gas. At one point, the cat project actually delayed to where it was going to run into VOGU. I mean, what would that have done to the gas prices? I mean, to even think about that, it's insane, right? Of what gas would it cost to really try to get one of these?
Yeah, someone posted earlier, I think it was Scott, saying that it may go into the VOGU drop. And I was just like, dude, that's going to be chaos. We'll end up spending a lot more money than we would need to at that point. So I was contemplating even doing, if both of them went on at the same time, I don't know if I would have tried to mint.
Yeah, I think I would have sat out because, again, I don't have a ton invested in this, right? And to think about, paying that much in gas to maybe get one or two, at a higher gas price than the actual, project, the pros and cons just didn't really seem like they were going to be there. So, I'm happy that at least, we got one project pushed back. The projects I've minted before, I mean, typically, I try to do, gas is usually lower, but again, they've been smaller projects. This has got to be one of the most hyped projects at launch that I've ever seen. I mean, the majority of these other ones, right? Bored Ape, even, it took a couple weeks to really catch on. It took over a week to even sell out that project. And now you look at where they are in terms of the floor price, the amount that they're reselling for, the celebrities attached to it. And then the Bored Ape Kennel Club, the drop that people could get that's worth, more than they originally paid for their ape. It's kind of insane. And I really think it's just going to continue to grow. What are some of your long-term, thoughts on maybe Bored Ape and some of these larger projects? Do you think they keep going higher, or have we seen, kind of the floor set?
Well, for me, they are a great example of what the NFT market can be as a whole. So as long as those projects succeed, things like the VOGU Collective, things like other projects will have, kind of a roadmap of where they can potentially evolve to. So it's been awesome seeing some of these projects or some of these NFTs sell for what, like 100 Ethereum or dude, even more, which has been absolutely nuts, right? So seeing that has been awesome. Again, if this can move the whole NFT market as a whole, I think every piece that we own should go up in value, as long as it's not like a rug pull or anything. So it's a good time to be in the market. It's a good time to learn the NFT market. So I'm glad to be here today and just kind of start, putting my feet in the water a little bit, because this has the potential, after being here for a couple of weeks, this has the potential to really be something fun, engaging, and just I can see the long-term utility to it as well. Not just like I said, art pieces. I've seen other ways to use these things, like community projects, right? I think sometimes they do festivals, or like Stoner Cats, where you have access to a certain show because you own the NFT. So there's many ways, and we're going to see other creative ways to use NFTs come in the future, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I know I saw Bored Ape, they get together in different states. So they had a meetup in California. They've got one coming in New York. I actually interviewed a brewer here in Michigan, the owner of North Pier Brewing. He created a Bored Ape IPA beer with some of the artwork. And he is actually saying, hey, let's do a meetup in Michigan, right? And he's got these cans that I think once word gets around, you're going to see some apes across the country, want this beer can, as a collector's item. But, community. I think that's one of the biggest things, that has really driven Bored Ape and some of these other projects. You talked about the fun aspect, Matt. One of the areas I keep watching, we have Axie Infinity right now, and some of these other games coming, right, where you're going to play a game to earn, NFTs and earn, ETH and stuff. That's something that excites me, right? I've been a fan of games, especially mobile games, for a while. And the fact that maybe you can play them and earn as you're doing it, that gets me excited. What do you think?
Absolutely. It's actually, I've heard that name a couple of times this week, and I haven't checked them out myself, but I've heard that there's kids making sustainable income through playing these games with NFTs, which is crazy to see. Again, it opens up a whole new market to the youth to come on, and play these games and potentially make a lot of money, right? Video games can kind of head towards this direction, right? We may see video games start including NFTs in their projects. So yeah, there's
Yeah, Axie, I heard, I think it was the Philippines and somewhere else where they have people, making a living off of this, right? You're playing it. The thing that I shied away from, which I wish I would have gotten in earlier, is that you need 3 of the items to start. And they were trading at about $150 each. They're now over $200 each. So you need about $500-$600 to really start playing the game. And, for a lot of people, hey, I don't want to put that much into this game to start, but you have the potential to earn a ton of money if you really put the time and effort into it. So that's one of those projects I'm looking at. All right, Maz, it's 8:29.
Oh, we're ready, dude.
I want to make sure we don't miss it. Here I am talking, trying to keep this going. I'm seeing gas start to rise already. We're at 40 for rapid, 33 for fast. Yeah, so let's see if we get this link again. They said it's going to be a new link. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I am on the Discord now. We'll see if I can get it
in the announcement section. I just want to make sure. I think it said mint page will be coming down. Contract is not active. We have paused. The drop will resume. Maybe they're not going to send a new link.
No, it might be the same link, but 5:30 should go active. Is this your first time minting, Chris?
This is my first time minting at a drop date. I have done some mints before for projects that have already been out, but this is the first one, at drop. So I'm pretty excited, but I'm so nervous, and I just have this feeling that I'm not going to get one. But again, we're here to see. But yeah, when I pull up that link that they have, I'm not getting any links or buttons on it to mint.
Let me click. Let me go on the website. I'm going on the website live again. Nothing yet. I'm on their VOGU talk. Nothing yet. So let's see. Yeah, they don't get it right now. They probably delay it. So I wouldn't be surprised. So hopefully it can roll smoothly now. Let's see.
I keep trying to refresh and see, and right now.
The website hasn't changed. So the community seems to be, asking where it is. So no one's
everyone knows how to tell time. So I mean, whether you're in a Discord or not, I'm sure they're calling out people right now. Again, I think maybe there's a lot of first timers at this drop, right? Because it may be the first one that they've heard about. I mean, I've heard of ones before, but again, I've never seen demand like this before. And I wanted to get a piece of this action, but let's see what happens here. But yeah, I'm not getting anything on their website yet.
I mean, the mint button on the website does not work right now.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I just tried that. I was like, oh, there's this mint button. Maybe if I refresh with that. And no, that's not it either. So it looks like gas still holding pretty steady, 37 rapid, 35 fast, which is about what it was before we hit 8:30 Eastern time here. So I don't think people are minting yet just based on the gas price, but and I'm not seeing anything in the announcements yet.
It just shows you, how complex these projects are. I've seen a lot of delays in the last week or so of certain projects. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, what goes on behind the scenes of these drops. I would like to know more about it. I think that's a good POV that we'd want to see as well.
Yeah, and we actually were going to have Andrew Traxey. He's the founder of the VOGU Collective. He was going to be on with us tonight. Maz, it sounds like he will not be able to join us anymore because of the delayed launch, right? He was hoping to come on after it was all said and done. But, a guy who wants to support his community, wants to support, the fans, he doesn't want to come on a stream and talk when there's issues at hand. So, shout out to Andrew for being there, for taking care of business. He did say that, he'll come on for an interview in the future. So, I know I look forward to that, Maz, because as you said, it's pretty exciting to think about, what goes on behind the scenes. How do you come up with the artwork? How do you piece this all together? How do you decide on a price? How do you decide on a day and a time to mint? How do you manage a Discord of 8,000 people, right? Those are some big questions for him. So So I guess another time. But yeah, I am still having no luck with this website.
There's no there's no update from the mods now. So I'm assuming if they don't update us in the next couple minutes, they might just reschedule, which makes sense. They want it to go smooth instead of, maybe some people minting now or just creating this big, mess. So we'll see. I am updating the website as well. Just maybe I get lucky, but nothing yet.
Yeah, I had that thought at first that maybe instead of making an announcement, they were just going to have the website go live, right? Yeah. And then maybe you can stagger the amount of people going to mint. But it doesn't look like that's the case. But that's maybe what I would have done, right? Because as soon as you put that link in the Discord, everyone's going to click on it. They're going to overload. Again, this has got so much hype behind it, which, I think could be a good and a bad thing. Because like you said, I'm curious to see what happens to the floor of this in a couple days, right? Can it sustain this hype? Or, is this one of those projects that shows that maybe people are just investing, in NFTs to immediately flip and not to collect? Again, exactly. I want to see a happy medium, right?
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with making some money. Right. There's nothing wrong with, taking some profit. But, ultimately, if we get, these bots, these people buying, 17 at mint and then, trying to immediately flip them and not save any for themselves, I think that could look bad, on the whole NFT community. So
that's a great point. Yeah. I do want to see people hold some of these pieces, and it's going to be interesting to see something like this has so much hype, to see if their hype is just because people want to make a quick money or because they actually do believe in the community and do believe in the project. So
yeah, for sure. And we have Eric in the chat saying some people were saying they paid gas fees, but the page went blank during the original scheduled time and they were $200 down. Yeah, Maz, as someone who's newer to this minting thing, that is one of my fears out there is, hey, we've got a new update there in the Discord.
Let's spike it.
Just keep you all in the loop. We are making sure that our MetaMask connection is 100% before we go live. Okay, so they're still hanging on to hope. We got 8:35 here Eastern time. Oh my gosh, the count. If you look at that comment in Discord, it's insane. Yeah. Let me pull this up just to show how many people are sitting there watching this, because you can see people liking and hitting the different emojis just on that message. And it's kind of insane, right? So here is that message there. We got so many people clicking on that. There are a ton of people in this Discord live, just waiting for this project to launch. So, and we got Scott saying, Traxy is talking in Discord right now. So again, the founder of the project talking about it.
There's 2,100 people listening right now to him talk.
That is insane. Let me see. I'm not sure if I can pull up the audio here. Nope, it's not letting me. I gotta change all my settings. So maybe we'll wait here and see if we can get an update, on this project. But yeah, I think
this
maybe
is hectic.
We're still optimistic, but I mean, Maz, at what point, like you said, do we just, think that, hey, tonight's not the night?
Yeah, I mean, that's up to the mods. Hopefully, again, it goes through. I think they're deciding now whether they can do it smoothly or not. I think the last thing they want to do is have a project where people end up losing money on gas fees or end up paying for items they don't get. It can build a bad reputation for them and for the whole NFT market. So hopefully, again, this is one of those things where, dude, there's so much hype and it's so exciting and there's chaos, but it's like in a good way right now. So let's hope that it does go through, and let's hope that people are able to mint, because yeah, I think there's a lot of built up anxiousness happening right now.
Yeah, and I've got an update. Scott said he's listening in, and he said that they are still planning on doing it. So again, the founder of the project, Andrew Traxy, he's confident, right? And I think he's just as excited, as we are, right? They want this to happen tonight. There's a ton of people, that have been waiting days, hours today to see this project launch. Do you think? So, Maz, we started this about, 40 minutes ago. Do you think any people have given up and left? Or do you think the number is the same? Or do you think we've actually gained more people now because of the increased hype?
I think this builds more hype. I
Yeah.
think people are posting about it. You know, I haven't checked Twitter, but I'm sure Twitter is going crazy. I'm sure Discord is going crazy. So yeah, there's probably more hype going on right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do end up seeing more of a rush when this does happen.
Yeah, for sure. You know, that's the thing is like, I feel like no one left the line, right? If you already put in the time,
Oh yeah,
you're going to do it. But, you know, then you also, you know, people may see this stream or they may see people's tweets about it, like you said, and then they get curious, right? And it's like,
yeah.
all right, what is this that everyone's talking about? And then they join the line 40 minutes later, right? They didn't even have to sit through this. They can come on board right now and, you know, join in and maybe get luckier than some of the people that have been waiting. And, you know, that it reminds me a little bit of the early Top Shot days, right? Where everyone, you know, went into line together and then you got a randomly generated number. You know, tonight with VOGU, it's not necessarily that, but because of the demand and the gas transactions, it is a little bit like that, right? It almost turns into who can click the fastest and who pays up for the gas, right?
Exactly.
It's going to turn into a gas battle. And you know, unfortunately, you know, that means you're paying more than the 0.077, you know, originally set. But ultimately, I think if you want one of these, you're willing to pay up, you know, when it comes to the gas.
You know, it's funny because I'm in LA and I thought gas prices were high here. Dude, this is a whole nother level, man. A whole nother level.
Yeah, you know, yeah, we shift to electric vehicles, right, and get rid of that gas, and now we got this gas, you know, changing into the conversation. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and this is another thing, right? And I've been in crypto for a little bit, you know, just buying some of the coins, buying some of the altcoins. But, you know, I never really had to deal with, you know, the gas side of things until, you know, these NFTs at Mint. And it really changes the dynamic. And, you know, I have a feeling, you know, again, I'm not expecting 100% to get one of these, but I think I will end up being a little bit disappointed. And I have a feeling if I miss out, it's going to turn out to be because of gas. And that's a little upsetting, you know, just to think about that. But
exactly. Yeah, man. It's a whole new world out here, and it's crazy to see this. And I do see the potential of, you know, more and more people coming on to these type of drops as hype builds up. Yeah, how do you feel about it? You know, how does, you know, being in your first minting of a project launching, how does it feel? You know, is this something that you can feel you can do continuously, or
I don't know. I mean, this is kind of stressful, and it's one of those things where, you know, I want to get in on some of these projects that, you know, are definitely, we've got Alyssa in the chat now saying they're pushing it for tomorrow. We'll wait and see.
Don't scare me, Alyssa.
If that's the case, but oh man, I have a feeling, you know, Maz, and that was one of my fears all along, right? Was especially, you know, and I hope that we didn't jinx it. We're going to set up this stream. We're going to talk about it. We're going to try to mint, and then they're going to end up delaying it. And, you know, so we'll wait for confirmation, but it looks like, yep. So I just got Scott saying, yep, drop is delayed until tomorrow.
What?
So that's two people now, Scott and Alyssa both saying, so Alyssa says same time tomorrow. He said that in voice room. So again, it looks like those 2,100 people, Maz, have just been listening to him this whole time, and maybe he's walking them through it, right? The trying to connect the MetaMask, you know, and it's unfortunate, right? But also, so same question, Maz. You know, I said, you know, we've gone through 40 minutes. Has anyone left the line? Has it stayed the same, or have we gained people? So now you have a whole other day.
Yeah. Exactly.
What happens tomorrow? How much more demand is there tomorrow?
Oh, more hype. You know, now I have to clear my schedule for tomorrow because I cleared my schedule for today for this drop. And now tomorrow I have to clear my time slot again, dude, because I'm like, I can't miss it. And now there's going to be more hype with it. So in a way, it's good for the project. It's going to be tougher for us that are trying to mint, you know, a piece. But yeah, I'm seeing there's less listeners on their Discord, so people are leaving. So I'm assuming they did say that. They haven't announced it on their
I haven't seen an announcement there. I was looking at their Twitter as well. So it looks like so far they've only communicated that to the people listening. Again, I trust Scott. I trust Alyssa that they're telling us the truth.
Yeah.
You know, and again, it's unfortunate, but I think it's part of the project, right? And you saw this with goats. So
Yes.
Maz, walk me through, and our viewers here, walk me through goats. You know, were you fully prepared and ready to mint those goats the original drop date? Is that something you joined, you know, during the delayed drop? What was that process like? Because that one got pushed back too, but I think they announced it ahead of time, right? Not actually during the mint.
No, yeah, they announced it a couple hours before, I believe. But yeah, I've followed their Discord for a couple of days before that. But yeah, same thing. You know, they had issues with whatever X reason, and they delayed it for another day, same time. So it seems to be, again, these projects, they're more complex than they seem on the inside. The last 3 drops that I've been trying to get have been delayed. So that's 3 in a row that have been delayed. So
maybe it's Maz then.
No, what I'm thinking is there's more traffic, right? So I think NFTs, it's becoming more, you know, there's a lot more people trying to mint these pieces. There's more hype behind them. So I don't see this pattern going down. I do see this trajectory keep going up. So I'm excited to see how these projects are going to adjust, because this is the 3rd time in a row. But tomorrow will be the same chaotic effect we're feeling now. Hopefully we are able to mint some pieces though.
Yeah, and you know, Maz, like you said, you know, I'm gonna have to look at my calendar tomorrow, make sure I got a game plan. We'll have to see if I can do a video again today. Maybe you can join again if we go ahead and try to do this. I had fun with this though, Maz, right? You know, this was a fun experiment. Again, we want to showcase to the Benzinga viewers, right, what NFTs are all about. We want to show you the good, maybe the bad. Not that tonight was necessarily bad, but, you know, showing the difficulties, right, that these projects face. We want to talk about, you know, again, not investment advice, but maybe some of the projects that are more hyped, you know, that might see that value rise. And then also talk about, you know, some of the smaller projects maybe that might take a couple days or weeks to catch on. That's kind of where I'm looking, Maz. I know you have been too. You know, I've seen you obviously in some of these Discords, again, you know, finding these projects that maybe not everyone has caught on to. And, you know, after a night like tonight, I almost want to go directly there, right? Find some of these ones that no one else is trying to mint right now or buy on the resale market and tackle those, because it's a lot less stressful, I would imagine.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to the Alpha Mint Discord, who, you know, they've kind of got me into the whole NFT game smoothly. You know, I've learned a lot from that Discord, and I've been able to venture out myself and do more research. But yeah, that's kind of what got me into this whole NFT dark hole, you could say.
Yeah, you know, and definitely, you know, I'm in that Alphabet Discord as well. You know, shout out to Scott, you know, for starting that. And again, I've been writing about and following NFTs for months. And, you know, I look back and I'm like, man, why didn't I put my money where my mouth was and start to get into some of these, you know, because even Zed Run, right? The horses where you can buy the horses, you can race them, you can breed them. You know, I wrote about that. And then months later, these horses are skyrocketing in price. And I actually did try to mint one of those, Maz, when they had a drop. They do drops, and it's essentially where they have this page. And I don't know if you're familiar with it. You have this page and it shows all the horses, and you click on one and you try to buy it. Well, obviously, if someone else is clicking it while you're trying to buy it, you lost it. So I'm like trying to scroll down to the bottom of the page, click on a horse that no one else is, and I didn't get one. So, you know, that process might not have been for me either, you know, to try to buy them at mint and maybe test my luck on, you know, OpenSea on the secondary market. But Maz, there's a lot to talk about with NFTs. We hope that you can join us, you know, again on a stream. You know, I look forward to hopefully covering this launch tomorrow. But I think we're going to wrap for tonight, because again, guys, this project, VOGU NFTs, has been delayed. They are doing it tomorrow instead. Maz, anything else to share with our viewers? You know, thoughts on NFTs overall, or what tonight's drop delay means?
It is an exciting time to be in NFTs. You know, that's all I can say. I would recommend anybody watching to take some time and just, you know, do your own research, see what you can learn about NFTs. I do see this as something that could potentially continue to grow. There's definitely a market for it, as we saw today. And I'm noticing more and more people are definitely jumping on board, which is awesome to see. These Discord channels for these specific projects, you know, are getting thousands and thousands of members, where it wasn't like that before. So exciting time to be here.
Maz, what tips would you give then? You know, since you're a new person, I hear you talk a lot about Discords, right? So
Yeah.
if there's people out there who have never taken part in a mint, maybe like me tonight, maybe they don't own any NFTs, where's a good place to start? Maybe as a beginner, not a big launch like tonight's, but maybe what are, you know, some basic websites or Discords or places where they can go to do more research themselves?
Yeah, so for me, again, the Alpha Mint Discord, that's where, that's a good start to other roads. It's a good curation of different projects up and coming, more hyped projects, more low-key projects, and kind of just taking it slow. You don't want to jump into a big project like this as your first mint. It can be kind of dangerous, as you saw with the gas fees and all kinds of other things that can go wrong. But there is a good market for it. Just be careful, again, like with any other projects, there are scams out there. There are people that are trying to take your money. So take your time, do your research, join some awesome Discords, Twitters as well. Most of these projects have a Twitter and a Discord, and that's where I learn more about them and learn more about the community.
All right. And yeah, for those of you still tuning along, I did drop that link for the Alpha Mint Discord. Again, you can find Maz in there. You can find me, and there's lots of helpful people, in there. I know I've interacted with several of them. We share ideas. We share some research. We share resources, right?
Yeah.
Where you can find, the stats yourself. Again, not investment advice. We're not looking to, pull the rug on anyone and sell our own NFTs. This is all about, community. And again, that's one of the most exciting things about these NFTs is, the community aspect. So go ahead, guys, if you're new, reach out, join that Discord. And again, stay tuned to Benzinga. We hope to be bringing you many, many more NFT shows and channels. So without further ado, that's going to do it for us. So, thanks again, Maz, for joining us tonight, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. This was an awesome time.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Let us know if you want more NFT coverage. Leave a comment in the chat after this ends, or you can reach out to me on Twitter. My handle is right there on screen. Let me go ahead to Maz. We got to get Maz's Twitter up there on screen. So follow Maz on Twitter. Again, a helpful guy, so you can reach out to him as well if you need that link again for the Discord. So everyone, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you again.
Peace.